Here we go. August 4th, 2022 for RPG a Day. More or less kind of going through and reintroducing ourselves to each other. So, with this question, where would you host your first game? I could probably say that I'm going to give two different answers here. One is going to be the dream answer, the other one is going to be the practical answer. And I hate to give two answers, but it kind of needs to be said. For the first, the dream answer, it really depends on the genre. You know, if it's a horror game, depending on the kind of horror, you know, the old creepy house, nasty basement, abandoned factory, a dark museum, maybe a dark library, or something along those lines would be fitting for a horror or investigation style game. Science fiction? I don't know, that's a little hard to say. You can't really host a game in space, although it would be interesting to be on the space station and have your backdrop be, you know, planet Earth. Medieval castle for fantasy, or some type of dark forest background for fantasy could work as well. I don't know if I'd really want to be in the desert to run a Dune game, but at least in some room that's kind of themed along those lines, right? The other answer I'm going to give is a very practical answer. Where am I going to host a first game? Someone else's house. There's a lot of reasons for this. Maybe it's a group of new people, especially if it's a group of new people. Before anyone ever comes over to my house to sit down at the table and play, I would host it over at their place. The reason being is because, well, I work a wonky schedule, so that's always a good reason to get out when things go bad. And that's really primarily the reason why I would say hosting at someone else's house. If things go terrible, if people start out saying that they want to play a serious game and then all of a sudden it just turns into slapstick comedy and it's really not what you want to do, sure, you could put up for a while, maybe go 2-3 hours into it and then kind of cut it off. And, you know, instead of trying to kick people out of your house, it's just easier to say, look, guys, you know, go to the bathroom, and, you know, if you have to, have somebody call you when you're at the table, have somebody text you, have a reason to leave, have a ripcord to get out of a problem situation. And if you really need it, you can just say, you don't have to have a reason to leave from someone else's house. You can just say, look, guys, you know, I've really kind of run out of steam and I don't have anything else to do. I'm getting kind of tired and I really need to go. Or, hey, everybody, you know, this really isn't working out for me. I appreciate you guys, you know, getting together, and thank you so-and-so for hosting the game. But I really just don't feel like this group's going to work out for me, and I'm kind of done. It seems kind of rude. It seems a little, you're anticipating that something's going to go wrong, and maybe you're just making the prophecy come true. But it's happened. And I'm sure it's happened to other people. I'm sure someone has hosted a game out there and things have gone bad, and then it's always terrible to have to turn up and say, look, everybody get the heck out. You know, I'm done putting up with your crap. So just leave. It's far easier to leave on your own, and it's far less harsh on your own conscience than telling people you need to get the F out of my house. So there's the dream answer on one end, and then there's, of course, the practical answer. So everybody, I know that's kind of a short and easy answer to give here on August 4th, but it's pretty straightforward. Give it a chance. Think about it whenever you go to host a game and you make the decision to go to someone else's house. A lot easier to leave them than for you to kick everybody out. have a good time, get more games under your belt, take care of your players, everybody, and we'll see you on August 5th.